It's Madden NFL 24, and the spotlight is on George Kittle.
Wet weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Eluding the pressure right. And right away, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players and one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. Shrugs him off. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Purdy. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brock Purdy with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, It does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Second and 10. Here's Lawrence again. Man open. That's Calvin Ridley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who could not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll run with ETN. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he works through. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, a run with ETN. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Ray McLeod to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Brandon Ayuk. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards.
We talk so much about run after the catch or rack. A term coined by our very own, the coach, John Madden, the legendary one himself. And you definitely won't find a better illustration of it than right here. He's going to take this one, and away he goes. Nearly takes it the length of the field before finally being tracked down.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. You look at this Niner defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they have learned to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Ray McLeod deep here for the Niners. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. Well, this defense for the Jags, very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. And you get the sense, as I'm sure they got the sense, they might have picked up a good one here. Maybe a little diamond in the rough via trade.
Maybe just need a change in scenery, a new city, maybe different motivation, but they believe they've got a good one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The Niners sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. They'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 11 more on that one and another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Purdy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation, because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
That's caught at the 3. And he is going to lose yardage here. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Moody good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Finds his tight end Ingram. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23. 27 yards there, a first down. Lawrence will throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 14-yard line.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Jags are back within a score. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Second and 12 at the 26-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Back to throw, Purdy. That ball caught, Brandon Ayuk. And he's taken down right away, but not before he crosses the 50 and gets to the 49.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy off the play fake. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Play action. Now Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona, and it's the Saints who are out in front. Chris Olave with a touchdown reception from Derek Carr. From there, we take the long trek eastward to Tampa, check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. 3 touchdown passes there for Jordan Love. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. The Bears continue to struggle as they finish off the first half of the year winless at 0-8. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Jags grab it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well. So now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield in open space, that's dangerous as well because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
To the 27-yard line. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This is 2nd and 8. Here's a give to Bigsby. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the points that they just had against them.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
And this one is right through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. Purdy. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
Hey, Ryan.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Rotates ETN along the sideline. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it. And
blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go with the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're playing a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
On 3rd down, here's ETN. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. I've got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
That is caught. He's got the first down and more. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. That's complete to Skoranek out left. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Josh Allen able to run him down for a loss of a yard. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys that they want to play football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Now Lawrence on first down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
He's still on his feet, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne. 52 yards. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. A try here for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Niners set to take over on offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Cover 5 line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Off the play fake. Paulson. And this is going to be intercepted. There he goes left side. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Point after try forthcoming. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. They start on the ground with Elliott. Now he's free to midfield. How about this? He's to the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the 49ers are an extra point away from evening this one up. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Now Lawrence. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Breaks through the contact. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, 77 yards. And the Jaguars strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Point after here coming up. And they will take a 7-point lead now. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. A handoff left. Elliott. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down. Paulson. That one finds Pierce right side. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Trayvon Walker makes the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The 2nd down and 10th there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
On the counter, Elliott.
Ezekiel Elliott on the carry. Right now behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Jaguars'
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Paulson.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
A gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 1.
For the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down.
Able to push his way through.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Back to throw. Rolling to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
He'll look to throw.
That's caught by Ayuk on the slant.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6.
They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here? They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I know there's some time on the clock, but I still think you kick the extra point there and don't go for 2 and go for the win in that spot.
Yeah, time or no time, why not just take the 1 and even the score?
And then that way, no matter what, at least you know what you're dealing with now. It's a whole different strategy. You got to decide whether you're going to onside kick or just try and play defense and get the ball back.
And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
So Purdy and the Niners down by 4, 26 seconds to go. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist. Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Back to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now the Niners is going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down.
He's going to let it fly.
And this is dropped.
Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Jacksonville, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching Devin Bush, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Seahawks and the Niners on Thursday night.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara.
Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already. Hard to believe, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 of 5 before that. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Smith's throw into the hands of Fan.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said,
there he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle.
DK Metcalf,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
On first down, it's Purdy. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On first down, Purdy escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go make the tackle.
So both teams coming in with points on their opening drives, and they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Smith now to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That's Zach Pickens in there to finish that play off.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd line, you really got to rally the troops here.
Yeah, you're doing a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you, because it seems to be working pretty well. And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. McLeod to return it. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Play action. Now Purdy.
seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Here's 2nd and 10.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
The Niners at 5-3 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
From the 46, here's a 2nd down and 9. Purdy bootlegging it. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy off the play fake. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's going to have a Niners first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
But they were in the red zone, and they needed a first down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight end?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it. This is caught. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from 13 yards out. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Jake Moody now for the point after.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one.
And out now come the Seahawks.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
3rd and 9 here.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And that will be incomplete.
seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's McLeod on the return. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Back to throw, Purdy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. To throw is Smith. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I don't know if he was just working through progressions or just unaware of the pressure, but no matter. Excellent work by the defense to get him to the ground before he could escape the pocket.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now Smith under pressure. They got him again. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And he's going to go down again. Drake Jackson. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
That one finds Pierce right side. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's a 2nd and 5. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Oh, boy, Christian McCaffrey shaken up. So hold everything here as they're going to take a look at it. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll give to Elliott running left. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll roll him out right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turned it into a short gain.
They go play action here. Purdy.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Returnable for Lockett. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
These 2 teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series.
On 2nd down, here's Smith.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jair Elam makes the pick.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there is no way he was getting away on that one.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Smith on third down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23 and fights through one man. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Now Purdy. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Now Purdy.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Purdy looking to throw.
That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk.
And they'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This one from 48 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Plenty to look forward to in that early window. One being a noontime start up in Green Bay. A big one for the Packers as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And finally, a good one scheduled for Sunday Night Football between the New York Jets and the Dallas Cowboys. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break. Both these teams running through their final adjustments before they head out for the second half. Time for us to go back to Levi's Stadium as we'll hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. McLeod now on the return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Purdy. He'll get this out wide. Here to McCaffrey.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the third down throw incomplete as well.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion, and more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up forward.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try and go for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
On first down, this is McCaffrey.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Play action. Now Purdy. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
And he's going to get this inside the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Purdy bootlegging it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Purdy now to throw. Has an open man. Skoranek.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. His first touchdown on the year.
And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Purdy will throw for it.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith. And he's got Smith and Jigba.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. From the gun, here's Smith.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Give to Walker on the read option.
And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 4.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Now Gino. And now another one thrown incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Smith.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he returns this to the 22. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They go play action here. Purdy.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
If they're able to come back to tie or win this game, I think this is a play that we're going to look back on as the game changer. They really changed the tone
and what the opposition wanted to do when they're trying to run some time off the clock and add to its lead late in this contest.
And he'll be out right at the 35. A first down there on a pickup and 25.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
McCaffrey on the counter, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Purdy off the play fake. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And it's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Niners. 45 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that.
Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag.
Play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stays.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Purdy. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Now Gino on 1st down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion.
They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Here's Smith now on second down. Gets this to Fant. As a quarterback, this is where you look for those instincts to really kick in and take over, right?
Yeah, you can't force it downfield because if you throw an interception here, the game could be over.
Smith to throw.
He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, this game has now been short on entry. That's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
The 49ers settling in for their next drive.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all of their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right. Able to find Willis. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Third down and 6. Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Niners first down. And that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Throwing here, Purdy.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final run, that should just about seal it. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is up to 15 now. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So Geno and the Seahawks down by 15. 34 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Here's Smith.
He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Smith's going to throw it.
And the Seahawks first down.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
One last throw here for Smith. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Debo. And the Niners are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much too.
So for San Francisco, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days before they face the Rams next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.